Well, this is a bit of a change of pace. Admittedly, I have no idea where he normally lived, so I don't know if this is just exactly the same or not. Hey, you're those weirdos that put candles everywhere. I'm not gonna remark on that. The weird wax candles just all over the rafters, that are leaking everywhere. Not even in anything. It's unsanitary. It's not that unsanitary because there's nothing about wax candles that I know of that can be dangerous. A biophage. But, you know, just sloppy, weird. A tiny twin bed, small, but you slept like a rock. Faded old poster of a heavy metal band, Axis of Weevil. Frame photograph on the wall near the bed. A scratched up violin and bow. A silver crucifix might be useful if vampires are real. Maybe they are. There's certainly some eclectic reading matter in this bookcase. Outside you can see the hustle of downtown nightlife on the street below. Bottle of brandy, crusted with age. A whole pot of espresso, just for you. Somehow it's always hot. Oh. Has time passed? Have I been here for a while? Because we're saying things almost like I've been here for a while. This rusted sword looks like it might break if you coughed loudly. Empty, stained old sea chest. Little brass elephant with a memento of Siam written on the underside. Can I get some coffee? No. I think whenever there's just an eyeball, you can, all it does is bring up that text on the bottom, but no follow-up stuff. I'm curious. I think that in the past they used to have voiced descriptions of all the stuff in the environment. But now I highlight stuff and just a description automatically pops up on the bottom of the screen, voiceless. I wonder if that's their trade-off, because they wanted to do branching paths and a bunch of different storylines and optional content and so on and stuff like that. So, in order to make that replay value possible, probably helps to save time on how much you spend recording all this voice acting for every random detail. Alright, that's a trick. Sharp little knives dot the surface of its target. Training dummies covered with deep scratches. Vicious looking weapons decorate the wall. Its helmet's been buffed into a gleaming shine. This bottle looks incredibly ancient and is engraved with indecipherable characters. I'm allowed to touch these objects. A plain wooden shield hangs on the wall. Vicious looking yeah. So I can try to touch most of the stuff in the background. Madonna, or Mondana, moves with practiced precision. There's not a drop of sweat on her. This training dummy is covered with deep scratches. Hi.
You are awake. Did you sleep well?
You just came out of a bottle.
This astonishes you. After all you experienced. I suppose I should have seen this coming. Introduction to the supernatural world can often have unpredictable effects on the mundane mind. It may take some time for you to process it all.
You came out of a bottle and I'm not freaking out. I'm processing it okay.
I believe you might be right, especially if last night is any indication. I think you are going to make this transition just fine. And this is good, because there is so little time to waste. My father Kalash is waiting to speak to you in the room beyond the red drapes. When you are ready, seek him out. In the meantime, relax and explore the facility. I will be here if you have any questions.
So that bottle.
Do not even consider it.
Alright, what about the helmet?
That helmet is cursed. Any warrior who dons it would find their head squeezed until it breaks. I would be wary of touching it.
Why do you leave those things just lying around? Why isn't it, like, locked up somewhere?
Please do not disturb those. It took centuries to arrange them just the way I like them.
Centuries? So you're very old, but also What? What? Are you just picky? Like, you just put them around.
Please do not just.
Alright. These stone steps are black with... Is that soot? This door leads to a study. Let's start with the study. Ease him into this. Okay, what are you? An impossibly old, impossibly muscled, impossibly blue man gazes into the fire. Aight. The spirits in these bottles are the drinking kind, at least you hope. Colorful painting of a mother and child. Chip in a bottle hangs in a place of honor above the door. It's either a Tiffany lamp or a very good replica. A blue-green crystal glowing with a mysterious inner light. Smoke dances up the chimney from the warm embers of the fire. This bottle emits a faint hum. It might be his bottle. He might also be a genie. 2 genies. We can ask.
Hmm? Oh, you're the new one, aren't you?
You're blue.
No, I am Kalash. I am a djinn of the ancient kingdom, and I run this branch of the Unavowed. And you? You were possessed. How'd you let that happen?
You think I wanted to be possessed?
You picked up that book, didn't you? Exercised that precious free will of yours? Yes, as I thought. In my day, even a newborn babe had wits enough to leave books of demonic evil alone. Mundanes today don't know they're born. The world has gotten soft, needs toughening up. How tough are you, new boy?
Listen, dude, someone literally handed me a book. And also, if all this shit's secret, it's your fault. I literally... in the last scene, the other genie, a member of the Unavowed, was like, we have to not expose ourselves. As if to say that all this secret information, all this supernatural stuff is supposed to be kept secret from the outside world. Well, then guess what? The outside world doesn't know not to pick up evil books. Because they're like, hey, it's a book. Books never do anything because they're books. Surprise, you murdered everyone in this building. It's not really a fair correlation. I stopped that monster in the alley.
Yes, while its back was turned. A child would be victorious in those circumstances. No. You have yet to experience your true crucible, but it will come. Oh yes, it will come. At any rate, we have much to discuss and much to do. Settle in, talk to the others, get the lay of the land. I will call our meeting when you are ready.
Rude. You're rude. I'm gonna touch all your stuff. Okay. Is that her? Well, we've had 2 people come. We have 1 person come out of a bottle, 1 person that I think comes out of bottles. What if that ship comes out of bottles? What if that's just... I'm guessing that just actually is that ship. Maybe it'll be a reveal like way later, but like the ship in a bottle opens up and then an actual ship just comes out. Like it's just real. I'm ready for that to happen.
I don't believe I gave you permission to leave.
Oh, that's the front door. Also, I guess I am a captive here. Great. Who lives down here? Ah. Our mage. Practicing his aim. An old color photo of Eli and Mandana. Old photo of a quaint suburban house. Who's the third person in that situation? The one taking the photo? Unless he did that with magic. The Beckett house. Old photo of Eli and a woman in a wedding dress. Is that Mandana? That has the face... No, I don't think that's Mandana. Also black and white, so how old are you? Is everyone ancient here? Some precisely calculated fireball trajectories. Interesting idea, calculating trajectories. Don't you kind of have to send the fire around by hand? Surely you kind of have to practice that mostly. I like the fire extinguisher up here, by the way. Oh, there's a lot more. Wow, there's a lot more. There's one there, and 3 over here. Fire extinguishers, a wise precaution. Before I poke around, I should probably talk to him, because he's kind of blocking the rest of the room.
Hey! Don't surprise a fire mage like that. Bad idea. Anyway, hi. You settling in okay?
You're throwing fire.
You noticed. Yeah, I like to do this in my spare time. Keeps me sharp. But seriously, it took me a while to get used to this stuff. It's not gonna happen for you overnight. But you'll get there. Faster than you think. Anyway, I'm sure you want to walk around. I'll be here if you have any questions.
Could I ask you for a few questions first?
I don't see why not.
Can we talk about the Unavowed?
I know a little bit about that. What do you want to know?
What does the Unavowed do?
Well, we're sort of supernatural police. Sometimes there's a threat that only we can handle, and we go and handle it. Well, I say sometimes, but lately it's been a lot more than that.
How long have the Unavowed been around?
Gosh, a really long time. Sorry. If you're looking for a history lesson, Mandana or Kalash are the ones to ask. As far as I'm concerned, we do good work. That's all that matters.
How come I've never heard of you guys before?
You know, I wondered the same thing when I first joined. I mean, we're careful. We use veils. I don't throw fire around Times Square or anything. But the real secret, nobody notices us. It's kind of uncanny. Mundanes go through crazy mental tricks to pretend we're not there. So maybe the mundane world isn't ready for us yet, but they will be. They won't have a choice the way things are going.
More threats? How much is a lot more?
Let me put it this way. There are 732% more threats than there used to be, give or take 0.5. A year ago, we'd usually be called out once a month, if at all. Now it's almost every day. And me and Mandana, we're the only ones dealing with it. Until now, anyway.
Let's talk about something else.
Sure.
Curious about yourself.
I guess if we're gonna work together, we should know each other. Ask away.
How long have you been with the Unavowed?
Since the Nixon administration. I'm, older than I look.
Just how old are you?
If you must know, I'm 92. It's the magic. Keeps me young. No surgery required.
You're 92. Really?
Yeah, it is what it is, okay? I'm a mage. We live long lives. End of story.
Why do you live down here?
Why do you think? Fire mage here. I could easily burn this place to the ground if I'm not careful. I needed a place to practice, and a room insulated with stone was the obvious choice. Besides, I don't feel the cold, so it's quite cozy down here.
So you're a wizard?
Ooh, never use the word wizard. It's a social faux pas or something. I'm a mage with a capital M. The capital is also important. At least that's what the books tell me. I never actually met another mage to find out.
Doesn't that fire hurt?
Nope, kind of tingles, but that's it. It's kind of like playing with light, at least when it touches my flesh. Clothes, though, I can burn them clear off and I won't even notice. Took about a decade and a dozen indecent exposure arrests before I managed to make my clothes fireproof.
Enough about you. Let's talk about someone else.
Sure.
About last night.
You had time to process it? I know I have. To be honest, I'm just glad the exorcism worked. Took 4 days of concentration to prepare that spell. I gave it everything I had.
4 days?
Well, yeah. When you deal with demons, you don't leave anything to chance. Not to mention lightning. If I hadn't prepared, it could have fried you. Not to mention me. I just wish I hadn't summoned that thing. I know the creature was technically blameless, but I'm still not sure we made the right call. Still, I suppose it's too late now.
Ah, so it's your fault, not mine. You went and summoned some unrelated mistake for me to deal with. To ask you about some of the pictures on your walls.
Look, I really wanted to get some practice in. Maybe next time.
I'll leave you to it.
Right. See you around.
What's the chance of me getting hit if I walk over here? A black and white photo of two young girls. Probably as children? Scrawled list of obscure formulas. It's all Greek to you. An old black and white photo of a man at a desk. He's very old. I think this game might take place in current day. I'm not actually sure. Have I seen a calendar yet? Like, he gave me the impression it might be an old game that takes place in an older era, but he's just old. So it could have nothing to do with... His appearance could be completely non-indicative.
Yes?
Can we talk about the Unavowed?
Certainly. What is your question?
Could be just duplicates, but we could check. What does the Unavowed do exactly?
We are peacekeepers. We protect the mundane world from the threats of the supernatural. We help who we can, destroy ones we must, and recruit those who are willing. With you, I suppose we did all three.
How long has the Unavowed been around?
As a whole, for thousands of years. But the New York branch is only 400 years old. As long as there is need of us, we will be here.
How come I've never heard of you before?
We do not exactly advertise our presence. We prefer it that way. But the truth is, the last century has seen a diminishing need for our services. Things have certainly changed.
Yeah, you prefer it that way. The guy in the other room prefers it that way so we can talk down to people that don't know about all the stuff you guys keep secret. Changed?
Yes. Supernatural threats have been escalating. It happened so suddenly we were caught unprepared. We had become complacent. We have not been recruiting. You are the first new recruit in decades. The first of many, we hope.
I'd like to talk about something else.
I will do my best to answer.
I have some questions about yourself.
Me? What do you want to know?
So you are a genie?
The term is Jinn. And yes, on my father's side. And no, I do not grant wishes.
How long have you been with the Unavowed?
When was this city founded? 1624. Yes, I was just a child, but it was around that time.
You're 400 years old.
418. No, 19. My birthday was last month. It is difficult to keep track, but Father always remembers.
They're actually, yeah, they're keeping track after all this time. I'd like to ask about something else.
I will do my best to answer.
Can you tell me about Eli?
Eli is my partner and a dear, dear friend. We have saved each other's lives more often than we can count. You and he have much in common. He was once mundane, like yourself. I would recommend asking him about his transition. It might help with your own.
Alright, we're just dropping that bomb, huh? That apparently I might be able to become what was I calling it? Actually, do we have a word for it? I guess unavowed is fitting enough, but I mean specifically just non-mundane, I guess. About last night.
Last night, yes. You gave us quite the chase. We know nothing about the demon that was inside you, but it was a wily thing.
I didn't hurt you, did I?
You hurt nobody. Your demon hurt several. It was taunting us, dancing just out of our reach, slaughtering whomever it could. But we got it in the end. Regardless of what happens next, we stopped it. We can all take comfort in that.
I'll leave you to it.
Thank you.
Well, I think we're ready. Since I think that's everyone there is to talk to. What's your deal?
What is it? You ready to start the meeting?
Oh. I'd like to ask you about some people we know.
I do not indulge in idle gossip. If you want to know of someone, ask them.
All right. I can't ask about you. About last night.
Not now. My opinion will be given during the meeting, rest assured.
All right. The Unavowed?
I might know a thing or two about that.
Same questions as always, really. What do you do?
We're the wall against the darkness, the protectors of the mundane world. We might not be what we once were, but we are here, and that is all that matters.
How long has the Unavowed been around?
Nobody knows for sure, not even I. But this branch is exactly 393 years old. I know because I founded it.
How come I've never heard of you before?
That's gratitude for you. Used to be, you mundanes would beg us for help if a cat looked at you funny. But yes, I won't deny it. Supernatural threats became fewer and further between over the last century. There was little reason for mundanes to think of us at all. But things have changed.
Seriously though, haven't you like explicitly said that you try to keep all of this a secret? And then you're like, people keep not thinking about us. I'm like, you keep yourselves a secret though, don't you? Changed?
Yes. Supernatural threats have risen exponentially. It's been difficult to contain. We need to fill our ranks. You are the first in a long line of many, I hope.
You founded this place?
Yes. This city was becoming a force to be reckoned with the supernatural forces to match. There was important work to be done. I volunteered, and here I am still. Well, spit it out.
Call the meeting.
Indeed. The time for waiting is past.
Father, you met our latest recruit?
Yes. I admit he doesn't look like much, but we'll see what this life makes of him.
We were all neophytes once, Kalash.
Most of us, Mage Beckett. Most of us.
I'm right here, you know.
I am aware of that. I have read the reports on your last mission. Mage Beckett, is it true you summoned a void creature?
Yes, by accident, I swear.
Irrelevant. Magic is unpredictable. I understand this. What I don't understand is why you let it feed on human corpses. What will the mundane authorities think when they find tooth marks on the victims,
The creature was both a danger and an innocent. We reached a compromise. That is all.
We'll be the ones compromised if the two of you aren't more careful.
I'm curious whether he's equally indignant of the other option and is always here to chastise you. Well, it was my idea. Don't blame them.
That may be, but you had no authority over them. It was their choice to make.
Father, regardless of our choices, the void creature is gone. We have a more pressing concern.
Yes, you let the demon escape. Your mission was a failure.
Wait, the demon is still out there?
Yes, just waiting to find another hapless victim. No disrespect.
Sir, he was a big help.
Help you would not have needed if you achieved your primary goal.
I almost did. I was so close. I had it contained, but it was stronger than I expected.
I see. This is becoming distressingly commonplace.
Nevertheless, Eli speaks the truth. We underestimated the threat.
Then that will have to be sufficient. And now to the next item at hand. Your next mission.
All right, my first mission.
You are correct. In more ways than you can imagine. I have detected void activity in the East Village, somewhere close to Astor Place. You are to travel there, determine the cause of the disturbance, and neutralize it.
What do you mean by neutralize?
It means do whatever it takes.
Are you sure he's ready to go out into the field so soon?
These are dangerous times. Dark forces are coming. We don't have the time for traditional training. If he isn't able to handle it immediately, we might as well kill him now. Trial by fire, sink or swim, do or die. You want to prove yourself to the Unavowed, new boy? Now is your chance. Meeting adjourned.
Well, I guess that settles that.
Might as well kill him now. That's kind of an extreme thing to say. So who's in charge?
None of us.
Yeah, we're a team. Try not to forget that. Anyway, we're ready when you are.
Use Eli, use Mondana. Okay. I'm gonna use Mondana on that painting.
I fail to see how I can be of use there. I fail to...
Well, fine. I was gonna ask you, but I guess she doesn't want to talk about it. That is her though, right? It's even the hood even looks the same, even though it can't be. All right, on the train to our first mission.
Looks like the K train is down again.
Eli, the K train was discontinued in 1988.
Was it? I could swear I took it to the Museum of Natural History not too long ago.
You did, in 1986.
Okay, so at the very least, it's the 90s.
So I guess we won't be taking the K train.
No, we will not.
Until I get contradicting information, I'm just going to assume it's 2018 in this game, and we'll see. I don't think I've seen a date yet. And I also am not in, I don't live in this setting, so I don't know how modern this train looks right now.
Eli, you are tapping the edge of your book.
I am?
Yes, it is quite aggressive.
Huh. Mine must have wandered. Sorry about that. I'll stop.
Thank you.
So choose our destination. East Village.
Still raining.
At least nothing's here waiting to kill us.
Well, the night is young.
Isn't finding someone planning to kill us our goal? Looks like this building site was abandoned not too long ago. Charming. Cock Amp Enterprises? Rock Amp? And is it supposed to say Rock Amp? The tree's kind of in the way. The Alamo sculpture, aka the Cube. It's been here as long as you can remember.
You seem troubled. Is something the matter?
Shouldn't I be wearing a disguise or something?
Whatever for. You have nothing to fear. Not with the veil in place.
Veil? What veil?
Yeah, it became active when you signed up with us. It just disguises your identity. Anyone looking at you sees slightly different features.
You are not the first new recruit to arrive with complications in the mundane world. The veil prevents awkwardness all around.
So nobody I know will recognize me?
Nobody in the mundane world, no. The veil only works on mundanes. Supernatural beings and the void touch can see through it easily. But that law enforcement officer, he will pose no threat.
Let's go. Unless there's something else you forgot to tell me.
No, there's nothing else.
Let us continue, shall we?
All right, we forgot to tell you about blah, 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 blah. The Astor Place subway station's back in this direction. Alphabet City continues further east. The building has been reduced to cinders quite recently from the look of it. Despite the weather, this officer stands rigidly at attention. Eli casually takes in his surroundings, pausing occasionally to glare at the graffiti. Dawn is relaxed but moving with purpose. Her eyes are alert for any sign of trouble.
Evening, sir.
What happened here?
Who wants to know?
I live in the neighborhood. I've been on vacation.
Welcome home, I guess. Count yourself lucky that the fire didn't spread. I'll tell you one thing. You see a lot of bad people in this line of work, but it takes a special kind of nasty to torch a homeless shelter.
A homeless shelter? Are you sure it was arson?
That's how we're treating it. Until we know otherwise, we're treating it like a crime scene. Which means, stay back.
This was a homeless shelter.
Yeah, a neighborhood full of corporate chains, and they attacked this place.
Was anyone hurt?
A few people killed. A lot of people with second or third degree burns.
That is horrible.
I won't argue with that. I was here when the rescue team arrived. They were carted off to Beth Israel Hospital, but the people here, they don't exactly have medical insurance.
Rough night to be out.
Yeah, you could say that. Wouldn't be here if I had the choice, believe me.
I better get going.
I don't blame you. See ya.
Is his job to basically keep watch or something?
I have nothing to say.
Don't know what I'd say.
Alright. Not the most talkative bunch. What, can you guys tell me anything about the cinders?
I fail to see how I can be of use there.
Not sure what you want me to do there.
They'll probably have to wait until something comes up related to their powers or something. I think for now they're not gonna give me insight necessarily. Should I just keep going?